It's not scuffed. Hold on. Everything here seems wrong. All right, hold on. All right, goodbye, delay llama. Oh, let me get rid of this too. What the hell is it? That? All right. Weird. Only one weird story today, but it's like really weird. Like significantly strange. So, of those in the chat right now, how many of you have ever been to like a boarding school or attended college and lived on campus in a large dorm-like environment? And a couple people have solo bootsy. You have 6 years, hands up. So I don't know if this is like a typical freshman or sophomore-like experience. I was talking with my classmate, my friend Lyndon this morning. And I was like, "What's up, Lyndon? How's it going?" He's like, "Oh, it's going all right." And he had told me, I think it was last week, like the bathroom was broken. So it was really annoying for him. He had to like travel some distance to be able to use the bathroom. I think he maybe had to travel to shower. It's like, hey man, how's the bathroom situation? Did they fix the bathroom in your dorm? He said, yeah, I mean, he said, yeah, it's working, but somebody's crapping and smearing it on the wall. And I was like, what? They're like, oh yeah, they're like writing things on the wall with their own excrement. And I said, like, I do remember when I was a sophomore in college, is what I was telling him. I said, I didn't go to this school. I went to another school. I didn't ask him what they were writing. But when I was a sophomore in college, they put you could be a transfer student or, I wasn't really a transfer student. I went to the same school, but I went to a satellite branch. And then I went to the main campus my sophomore year. I lived on my own. My freshman year, I had an apartment and everything. It was great. But sophomore year, I'm like, I'm going to go to the main campus. I want to be more involved in like, student run groups and stuff like that. Maybe I want to do sports or stuff like that. So sophomore year, early the first semester, middle of the night, somebody, I don't know, male or female, went into the girls' restroom. The way the restrooms work. You have a large tiled area with sinks and toilets, and you go in another area. It's a large tiled area, and it has like, shower stalls. Somebody just laid a huge crap in the middle of the area in between the shower stalls in the woman's rest area. And like, it was almost like a mystery novel. Like we were all trying to be like detectives and try and like sleuth out who it could have been. Now, obviously, short of like a camera or like DNA testing, there's no way to know. But it was very entertaining trying to speculate among the people there. Now, the hardest thing is obviously it didn't have to be somebody on the same floor. We called them the mystery pooper. We actually did. We're like, who is the mystery pooper? Now, they could have come from another floor. There's nothing saying like you went out your door, went into the restroom and pooped there. You could have gone down a floor. You could have gone up a floor. In theory, it could have even been somebody who didn't even live in the same building. Got access to the building, went in and pooped there. The rookie mistake is assuming it had to be somebody there. Could have been a serial pooper. You know, this was a little while ago. We didn't have like the ability to connect easily on social media to try and like, you know, create like a pattern, like almost like a spider web plot of serial pooping incidents to try and create a radius around which you might identify like a culprit, like a serial killer. We didn't have anything like that. It was not, to be abundantly clear, it was not me. I was not the mystery pooper. It's gross, man. Nor did I go into Lyndon's bathroom, poop, and then write on the walls with my own poop. Show us my nails. They're cut. They're short. They're clean. But you know, it's like, you either have to be, I mean, all right. I don't know. So I'm trying to think of what I have been like on substances. If I was really, really drunk, there's no matter how drunk you got me, I don't think I would ever be like, I'm going to poop and rub it on the walls. If you got me really drunk, like medically in a dangerous state, obviously I could probably crap myself. But I haven't. You know, if I was on another drug, no. There's never been, I can't even think of a drug I've ever been on where I'd be like, I need to write on the walls with poop. That being said, you'd have to be either on some unmedicated psychosis or on a serious amount of substances to want to poop and write on the walls with it. I think. This is not a sober person. I didn't ask what they wrote on the walls because you knew. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great where Lyndon's like, yeah, they wrote on the walls. I'm like, and I said, yeah, that's sus. And he's like, how did you know they wrote sus? Never been on acid, so I don't know. I seem to be center of many poop-related incidents. That's only like, I'm like Hannibal Lecter being brought in for a case on serial killers. Right? They're just bringing me in because I'm an expert. That doesn't mean I've done all serial poopings. You know? That's not what that means. Acid's an 8-hour ordeal. Like, I would never want to be on an 8-hour ordeal. No way. No. Give me a couple hours, gradual up, gradual down, and let me fall asleep and wake up sober. No way. Inspired legendary jump sharter? Yeah, I don't know. But, class went well. Perfect grades for my assignments done from yesterday. Very happy about that. Katakana is going relatively smoothly. Should have it memorized. I'm going to try and have it all learned by Monday. I'm just going to try and learn the whole katakana. We've done a through sa ta ha. We're up through ha. So I think I've got 3.5 more lines to do in katakana. So I'm going to finish that this weekend. And then I'll just be done with the alphabet. I mean, then we've got kanji, but that'll be it for there. And so, yeah, apparently the Dragon's Dogma revival team, they may have said they had it online, but last I saw, they were still just working on offline states and just being able to summon and fight monsters. There's still a lot to do. Can I say it fast? I've heard my professors, I mean, they go through the alphabet. Kaki kukeko. That sounds like that's something the poop smear would say. I am the Kaki kukeko. It almost sounds a little bit like Korea. Korea's like kukokin. Is something like that? I know China's Chugoku. It's the bad guy in Metal Gear Solid 6. It's about time. All right. Wireless keyboard appears to be working slightly better today. I did install... Is the game okay? Did the game just crash? No. It almost did. I installed a graphical enhancement mod. Lali Lulelo. Oh, was it supposed to be a meme of, like, language? I mean, that makes sense, especially given the context of Metal Gear Solid 5, which was a very much a language-inspired storyline. Like, directly a language-inspired storyline. Yeah, I've never really played Metal Gear Solid 5 on stream. I might someday. A lot of conversations happening in streamer creator spaces lately. Most of us are fairly sure Twitch is still going to be fairly dominant for at least a little while, but eyes are pretty much on the future with YouTube. If they can actually fix, honestly, the very small things that need to be fixed, you're just going to see greater and greater exodus, I think, off of Twitch. Or at the very least, people are going to be canceling and then moving their contracts. If I were not a Twitch partner right now, I don't think I would even bother accepting a Twitch contract. I would stream on Twitch in tandem with YouTube, but I would ask for people to subscribe on YouTube, and I would say don't. You wouldn't even accept it. YouTube just didn't have the chat interaction that Twitch has, so there are extensions that give you, like, the 7TV stuff on YouTube. You're still subbed to me on YouTube? It makes me want to stream more on YouTube. You can set things up on YouTube so that you can still have the extensions, and it's fine. It's hard to find streams on YouTube. I'm subscribed to a couple Japanese content creators, and I get notified when they're streaming. I watch Harukin on a regular basis when he's streaming on YouTube. It comes to my front page and everything. But you do want to keep in mind that you might want to create a completely separate channel and stream from that, because it'll mess up your main channel's analytics pretty bad. Like what I was talking about in the Discord is if I ever want to start building up a YouTube audience, pick days where I'm going to stream for a long time, say 6 or more hours, stream 3 hours on Twitch, and then raid myself on YouTube just to build up an audience there. I know it sounds like a crappy thing to do, like it's a crappy thing for your dedicated audience, but it's like, in a way, like you're bailing yourself out of this garbage mess that Twitch is kind of setting themselves up to be. You know, I mean, they made a letter. So for those of you who are unaware, Twitch made this crazy, like, 3 a.m. announcement on, like, Tuesday or Wednesday. And they're like, so we don't know how to make Twitch profitable. And so as a result, we're cutting the top earners' income by 20% or more. And we have to run a lot of ads, but we don't know how to make them profitable. Which is like a really bizarre thing. That would be hard. If you stream from 4 different platforms at different intervals, you'd have to love that. Well, if I was streaming on YouTube, you wouldn't have to do anything. Obviously, those streams would be automatically archived and at a high bit rate. Unless you wanted to chop it up and upload that, in which case, I mean, by all means, have fun doing that. It's just that Twitch is really the problem. When is TikTok stream? I don't even understand, like, how co-streaming on TikTok would work. Because wouldn't everything be sliced into, like a vertical arrangement? Like, what is that? I don't understand. I get like 5 ads mid-rolls now. I could probably tone those down a little bit. to be fair, I could probably try and reduce that. But I mean, that's a big part of Twitch now. I mean, you know, the ad incentive program's probably the best thing that they've done in a while. When was the last YouTube stream? Dark Souls 3, I think, was the last one. Who will be left after the Great Exodus? I mean, there's always going to be people streaming on Twitch. It's just going to become less and less of a relevant website over the next 5 years. So the way it's going to work on Twitch is for those partners who have the preferential sub arrangement, for the immediate near term, you will still get a 70-30 up to your first $100,000 in sub revenue a year, after which it will go down to 50-50. Is Ninja Gaiden 2 dead as far as streams go? It's just like, it's not a popular enough thing for me to stream. It's at like outward variety level stream. And if I'm streaming something on Twitch, it has to be like a little bit better than me just playing VODs. And unfortunately, there's certain variety games that hit the nearly VOD tier level of numbers, and I can't justify streaming that. I just can't. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. That would be a perfect YouTube tier stream, but it's not necessarily a good use of my limited time streaming when I'm taking Japanese courses. It's just how it is. I don't know. I mean, I think YouTube is actually way more on board and receptive. So YouTube just announced that they're finally figuring out a way for people to properly monetize shorts, which is a really big deal for people that do really well in the shorts content. Moist Critical Charlie was talking about 6 months to a year ago, how he basically creates shorts at a loss in terms of revenue, but as a way to create fun content and also generate advertising for his other methods of creating content. But now he might actually make money from them. It's like, that's a pretty big deal. Good for YouTube, you know? So it seems like, you know, they're not necessarily the best place to be right now, but they're at least willing to work in terms of developing things that are good for creators in general. Shep Shorts when? It's just a time thing, man. You know, if I could afford, if I was like partnered with like a good full-time editor, we could probably do really well. Just a matter of my time. YouTube is 70-30 from the day that you start being eligible to sell channel memberships. The moment you're able to sell channel membership, it's 70-30. And to be even more real with you guys, with YouTube, it's always like to the penny 70-30. Twitch, if you're subscribing on mobile, if you're going through like the Apple Store or like the Google Play Store, there's some indeterminate amount of money that gets taken out. It's like, I can't really say what I make, but even what I make, it gets smashed down even more based on these stores fees that Twitch does not eat. They have us eat it. And now allegedly they're playing around with an alternative to bits, where it used to be 100% of bits went to the streamer. Now they're coming out with something else that's going to be like 80-20 to the streamer. So, I mean, it's just like, I don't know what they're doing. Twitch is in the top 10 websites that are searched commonly on the internet. I don't know how you screw this up. Oh, I'm looking it up right now. Where's Twitch? Hold on. Why does it not show up in the top 10? Why does it not show in the top 100? I know for a fact it's in front of collinsdictionary.com. This is a bad website. Twitch down bad. There's no way it's there. Hold on. Google, Tens, Wikipedia, Facebook, Amazon, Yahoo, Twitter, IMDb, Reddit. All right, Twitch is number 11. Twitch is number 11 in terms of websites on the internet. Elitius, hello. And yet it has all the... It's ahead of Netflix. For like as popular as Netflix is, Twitch is ahead of it. How do you screw this up? They should cut down below 5 viewer streamers to 720p 30. They already are. You either get no transcoding or you get ass transcoding. I think for the most part, they don't even do transcoding. You feel bad for streamers you watch, but you like that Twitch is falling on its face? I mean, I'm almost always of the belief that, like, for streamers, if you're a content creator, it's always sink or swim. Like, you can't go into being a little funny with the expectation that you're owed anything. You know, you have to go in with the expectation of every day you should be thinking or working or creating things that will generate positive entertainment for an audience. You know? Not too many people watching Netflix using a website. It's hard for me to know whether that website is gauging Netflix as a destination in web traffic, or if you're right, they're watching Netflix.com. That's a good point. But by the same token, there's a lot of people that use Twitch on the app. I would assume there's almost as many people using Twitch as an app that are using it as a website destination. So I'm not sure that that's a good analysis. Same thing for Amazon. You got an app for that too. I don't know. You know, there's a lot of people on YouTube, and to some degree it's fair in that the purpose of creating content shouldn't necessarily be like, do you know the current meta for titles and thumbnails? Because guaranteed your title thumbnail combination matters almost as much, if not way more, than the actual content. Like, YouTube should have a better way of managing that, in terms of like getting a robot to qualitatively analyze like if people are watching and actually enjoying it. But whatever. It's the same thing. Like, for a while, you know, we were all subject to, like, if you had a long sword in a title, you were immediately ineligible for monetization. And all you needed was like some either community policing or one person, 100 or even 1,000 people checking like partnered top, you know, people over 10,000 subscriber counts, just checking a video for 30 seconds, greenlighting these things. But no, they want to automate everything. So I don't know. As for me, I'm fine. I don't worry about anything. Everything always just works out. I never have to worry about anything. Somehow. For the people that do struggle and have anxiety and stress, I do feel bad. But, you know, I mean, just sometimes, you know, if you get pigeonholed into a certain type of category, sometimes you just got to deal with that, or work really, really hard to build yourself up in another category again. It's what you have to do nowadays, you know? I always say it's exactly like when Michael Jordan decided he was going to go to the minor leagues and play baseball, you know? One of the best athletes who's ever lived, but still couldn't sell out minor league stadiums. We're talking about content creation in general. We are talking about Twitch. But, you know, content creation in general. You know? Sandboots, I actually genuinely do not know how running ads on YouTube works. I don't know that I've ever run an ad live on YouTube before. I run a ton of ads on YouTube automatically now. A ton. It's between like 3 or 4 minutes, whatever. But I don't think about it. You know, do we suffer a little bit from concurrent viewer counts because of the adpocalypse? A little bit, but Twitch kind of makes up for it, so I don't really worry about it. If it ever hurts the channel too bad, I guess I'll skip an adpocalypse for a month or two. But otherwise, like, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, and it works out. All right. So, Dragon's Dogma, I'm going to get Hot Pot later tonight, so it's not going to be a super long stream, but we should be able to get to Grand Seren. Rick Poole, hello, good evening.